What's going on, guys? It's Andy here. Welcome back to another episode of Painfully Honest Advice. In this video, I'm going to go ahead and break it down, share with you guys why I believe buying a duplex is the best investment if you are buying your first property. And I'll share with you guys many different reasonings around why I believe this is the best investment for a first-time home buyer, and all the different options that you have with a duplex. Now, if you're not familiar with a duplex, that's basically a 2-unit property, and you can make more money by investing in this type of property, or you can actually live for free, which is called house hacking. Now, if you are new to the channel, guys, I do focus on business, personal finance, and investing. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel down below. And if you don't mind, smashing that like button. But let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Now, on average, millennials spend about 45% of their income on housing. Now, why I believe this is a great investment is because there's many perks of buying a duplex, especially if you're single or especially if you're buying your first property. The reason why I really like duplexes is because you can basically do house hacking, which is you can live in one unit and have the second unit go ahead and cover all your expenses, so you can actually live for free. And I'll go ahead and share with you guys an example here in a minute. Or the other thing is, with a duplex, you are actually making money from 2 separate units. So let's say one of your tenants goes ahead and moves out, you still have income coming in from the other unit. And especially if you have a mortgage, and if you just have a single family house and you go ahead and rent that out, if the tenant goes ahead and moves out, you have no income coming in. So guess what? You're paying out of pocket for your mortgage. But with a duplex, because you have 2 incomes coming in, if one of the tenants goes ahead and leaves, you still have that income that will go ahead and at least pay for your mortgage. So you have multiple different ways and multiple different tenants to go ahead and earn money from. Now, as far as just to give you guys a breakdown, I recently did buy a duplex. And with this duplex, this is a 2-family unit with a downstairs apartment. I do go ahead and collect rent of $1,100. And then from the upstairs unit, I collect a rent of $650. So in total, every single month, I have $1,750 that I'm making in income. Now, I did go ahead and get a mortgage on this property, and as far as my mortgage payments, they're around $950, which includes the mortgage, which includes the interest for that loan, plus it includes the taxes and insurance. So basically all expenses except for utilities are right in there, which if I just go ahead and take my downstairs unit and how much they pay, I'm able to go ahead and cover my mortgage. Now, that's a very good thing, because at the end of the day, the upstairs unit, I can go ahead and live in for free. If I just go ahead and take that $950, plus I go ahead and add my utilities, it's right around $1,100 in all my expenses for this house every single month. And the downstairs unit's literally taking care of all my expenses. So at the upstairs unit, if I wanted to go ahead and live there, I can live there for free and not be paying anything. Or the second option is rent out both units, so you're making some money on the side as well, which if I just go ahead and take my downstairs unit and how much they pay, I'm able to go ahead and cover my mortgage, in which case I'm making about $650 every single month from this property. Now, the other thing that I really like about real estate and why I like to go ahead and invest in real estate is because at the end of the day, real estate prices go up by an average of 6% every single year. And obviously with this pandemic, we did take a hit in 2020, but I believe in 2021, real estate prices are just gonna keep on climbing. So as a beginning or as a first-time home buyers, this is the best option, because you can go ahead and live for free, or you can go ahead and collect additional money by going ahead and renting out both units. And why I like this over a single family is because of single family, you're really not making any money. That could be considered a liability if you're living in there, or if you are renting it out, if that person leaves, well, then you're screwed, because you got to go ahead and make those payments every single month. Now, additionally, there's also 3-unit family houses, and there's 4 units as well. And anything above that is actually considered a commercial property, so you cannot actually get a mortgage for that or get a residential mortgage for anything above 4 units. But why I don't like 3 or 4 units is, as a first-time investor, get your feet wet. By getting your feet wet and having 2 single units to go ahead and manage, it's much easier than having 3 or 4 units. Once you go ahead and buy your first property, then yeah, if you want to go ahead and buy a 3-unit and you see a good deal, or buy a 4-unit, then it makes sense. But as your first property, you want to go ahead and get your feet wet and just understanding and learning how to go about dealing with tenants. Plus, guys, in real estate, it is active investing. I know a lot of people talk about this as passive income, but at the end of the day, this is more active than passive. And eventually you can make it passive once you have enough properties that you can have property managers for. But in the meantime, until you have at least 5 or 6 properties that you can afford a property manager, this is actively managing a property. And that's because if you have any repairs or maintenance or other costs that go ahead and come with, like mowing the lawn or removing the snow, you have to go ahead and take care of all those things. Plus, if one of your tenants goes ahead and leaves, guess what? It's on you to go ahead and find new tenants to go ahead and take their place. And when your tenant goes ahead and does leave, guess what? It's on you to go ahead and clean that house as well, so you can go ahead and have a new tenant move in. So it's really active, and that's the reason why with a duplex, you can really get your feet wet. Plus guys, with a duplex, there's also some other benefits as well. You can also go ahead and put it on Airbnb. Now, if you put it on Airbnb, you can make a lot more money because you can charge by the day. And for weekends, you can charge a lot more. But the property has to make sense. It has to be near a location where people want to go ahead and rent it out. So if you have a location near downtown or in a place where there's a lot of tourists that come, that's a great spot to go ahead and Airbnb it. And the other benefit that I can tell you guys with owning real estate, and this is one that a lot of people don't talk about, is all the tax write-offs. Once you go ahead and own real estate, if you have any income from your regular job, you can actually go ahead and set off some of those taxes with the reduction that you can go ahead and have from real estate. Basically, with real estate, you can go ahead and deduct all your taxes that you pay on the property, plus you can go ahead and deduct any repairs that you go ahead and make on the property, as well as you can go ahead and deduct all the interest that you go ahead and pay on the mortgage. Now, jumping into as far as if you are interested in buying your first duplex, what are some of the steps to go ahead and do? The first thing that you need to go ahead and do is to go ahead and talk to a mortgage specialist. Either talk to your local bank or go on a website called Zillow. Now, as far as buying your first property, the first thing that you're gonna need is a pre-approval letter. Now, the bank will go ahead and ask you a bunch of questions before they give you a pre-approval letter, before you can even go ahead and start talking to brokers, because brokers are just not gonna take you seriously unless you have a pre-approval letter from the bank, which will actually tell the brokers and other people how much you can actually afford. Now, here's the thing. When you go ahead and talk to the bank is going to go ahead and look for a couple of different things. They're going to go ahead and look for your credit score to be at least 680. Plus, they're going to want to go ahead and look at your income. They're going to want to go ahead and look at your debt to income ratio, plus your 2 years of past tax returns. And just based on all this information, they're going to go ahead and let you know based on the type of loan that you want to go ahead and get. And usually people get a 30-year fixed mortgage, and with current interest rates so low, they're right around 3%. But here's the thing, once you go ahead and get all those documents over to the bank, and the bank could have maybe some additional documents, but that's usually the general documents that they go ahead and request, they will go ahead and give you a pre-approval letter based on the information that you gave them, and they'll go ahead and let you know how much you can go ahead and buy a property for, whether it's 200,000, 300,000, 400,000. It's just going to be based on all those things that the bank will go ahead and consider. Now, after you go ahead and do that, you want to go ahead and start talking to brokers. And some other resources that I would recommend, guys, is using a website called Zillow.com, or using a website called Redfin.com as well. So the nice thing with both of these websites is as soon as a property is listed, it is actually listed on both Zillow and on Redfin because they're connected to the MLD listings. And basically, soon as a property is listed, you want to go ahead and start doing your research and start talking to the broker that has listed the property, or just contacting Zillow directly or Redfin directly. And I will tell you guys, when you're buying a property, these are two of the best resources out there. So once you go ahead and get into this, I would also go ahead and start building relationships with different brokers out there, because when you're going ahead and talking to different brokers, you'll actually learn a lot about the area, about the actual properties, and some of the things to go ahead and look out for. Now, if you are buying a property, you do need to have at least 5% down, because if it's your first property, that's the lowest amount that you can go ahead and put down. I personally go ahead and recommend 20%, and 20% is usually required if you're buying an investment property. But if it's a first-time home buyer, 5% is what you need. As an investment property, 20% is what you need. And that's probably one of the biggest downfalls on getting into real estate, is because you do need money up front to go ahead and put down. But guys, that's basically going to be a wrap for this video. This is my personal recommendation and why I like duplexes so much and why go ahead and invest in duplexes. But thank you again, guys, for watching. If you do want to go ahead and take advantage of a couple free stocks, Webull is a sponsor on this channel. They go ahead and offer 4 free stocks when you go ahead and deposit $100 in your account. I do go ahead and really like Webull because it's the best offer out there, and they go ahead and let you do trading after hours as well. But thanks again, guys, for watching. If you have any questions about duplexes that I did not answer or anything in general, let me know in the comments down below. And if you guys like this video, go ahead and smash that like button, as it really does help. But thanks again, guys. I will see you guys at the next one.